Welcome to the Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
As fans of the Golden State Warriors, we're all feeling the shift. Just a few seasons ago, Steph Curry and the Warriors were on top of the NBA world, with a future that looked like it could hold even more championships. But, as we know, that window of dominance is closed a bit sooner than expected. Despite some challenging seasons, one thing is clear: Curry isn't ready to let go of that championship dream. In a recent interview with People magazine, Steph talked about his burning desire to keep the Warriors' title hopes alive. "You can't play this game forever," he said, "but I want to keep that window open for as long as I can." And while many have written off the Warriors after Klay Thompson's departure, Curry's determination has never been stronger. The doubters may fuel him even more. Yes, the last 2 seasons haven't been kind to us. A tough loss to the Lakers in 2023 and missing the playoffs in 2024. With Klay no longer on the roster, some think this season could be even harder. But this only pushes Curry and the team to prove everyone wrong. The idea of crafting their own success is what drives him. As the league questions whether the Warriors' dynasty is truly over, the front office has been actively exploring trade options, showing they still have big ambitions. This offseason, names like Paul George and Lauri Markkanen have been thrown around, signaling that the team isn't just going to sit back. The Warriors know there are roster gaps to fill, and they're committed to finding the right pieces to keep that championship dream alive. Looking ahead, we can expect the Warriors to be connected to even more trade rumors as the season unfolds. If teams like the Lakers or Suns stumble early on, it could open the door for some blockbuster trades, maybe even involving players like LeBron James or Kevin Durant. Just imagine LeBron teaming up with Steph. The chemistry with Draymond Green would make for one of the most talked-about lineups in NBA history. While adding a superstar like LeBron or KD is an exciting thought, it might not be the most realistic. The Warriors may need to set their sights on more attainable targets. One name to keep an eye on is Kyle Kuzma. Back in January, the Warriors were linked to him, and his skill set would bring some much-needed scoring and versatility to the team. If Andrew Wiggins struggles to regain form early this season, a trade for Kuzma could become a serious option. And as Warriors fans, we know better than to count this team out. We've seen them rise from adversity before, and while the road ahead looks uncertain, that's what makes the journey so exciting. The core of this team still has plenty of fire left, with Steph leading the charge. The potential moves in the market only add to the anticipation, and it's clear the front office is committed to giving the team every chance to compete at the highest level. The prospect of a trade for someone like Kyle Kuzma, or even other names that could emerge as the season progresses, would give the Warriors a fresh dynamic. Kuzma, with his versatility and offensive prowess, could be a perfect fit alongside Curry and Draymond. And if Wiggins doesn't bounce back, a deal involving him could unlock even more potential for the team. Imagine Kuzma stepping into a role where he can thrive as a consistent scorer, bringing an edge to both sides of the court. Beyond Kuzma, there's always the possibility that other under-the-radar players could find their way to the Warriors. We've seen this team find diamonds in the rough before, so don't be surprised if they pull off a move that changes the narrative. The reality is the Warriors still have the pieces to make a run, and with a few strategic additions, the team could be right back in the mix. But trades alone won't define the season. It's about chemistry, resilience, and that signature Warriors grit that we've come to love. Steph's leadership, combined with Draymond's defensive tenacity, sets the tone. And with rising talents like Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody looking to make their mark, there's still a lot to be excited about. This season might be different. It might be harder than we've experienced in a long time. But that's what makes being a Warriors fan so special, the belief that no matter the odds, this team can rise again. With each new rumor, each potential trade, and every game that passes, we'll be there, hoping, cheering, and believing that another championship is within reach. As a Warriors fan, I see this upcoming season with a lot of expectation, but also with a dose of reality. It is undeniable that the last 2 years have been difficult for the team, and Klay Thompson's departure leaves a huge gap. However, one thing I've always admired about this team is its ability to reinvent itself. Steph Curry is more determined than ever, and it's contagious. When he says he wants to keep the championship window open, I believe him because we've seen Curry and company defy the odds before. What excites me is that, despite the uncertainties, the organization is still active in the market, looking for ways to improve the squad. Rumors about names like Kyle Kuzma and even bolder speculations, like LeBron James, show that the front office is not accepting the idea of a decline anytime soon. The idea of seeing someone like Kuzma arriving to breathe new life into the team is interesting. He has the skills to contribute immediately, especially if Wiggins doesn't find his rhythm. But more than any name that may come, what makes me optimistic is the winning culture that the Warriors have built. Players like Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody have a great opportunity to take the next step. And of course, with Steph and Draymond as leaders, the mentality of competing until the end will never be lacking. I know many doubt whether the Warriors can really compete for another title, especially with teams like the Lakers and Suns strengthening themselves. But that only makes the journey more exciting.